What gets me excited to train the young riders is just remembering how happy I was to see the horses when I was their age. And I kind of try to put myself in their shoes and remember, like, it is hard. You're so excited to see these creatures, and yet you have to be serious. And no one wants to be serious when you're having fun. So you remember that giddy feeling and you just kind of move forward with it and do your thing while you're teaching them at the same time and trying to let them do their thing. And as long as they're having fun and it stays safe and they're still moving forward while learning, at the end of the day, what more would you want? The most common question I get is, when can my child start showing? Of course, there's the few that are like, well, I don't want them to fall. So you just keep them on the lunge line a little longer and go just a little slower. Because if the parents aren't comfortable, chances are the kids aren't going to be comfortable. So you just want to find that balance and feel out your parent. That's why it's nice to have a rapport with the parents as well, because they're trusting you with their kid. And you just want to explain to the parent why you do it the way you do so that they're comfortable in your process, and then the child, again, is comfortable with your process.
It's like one of my favorite things to do, and horses is one of my favorite animals.
What was the hardest thing you had to learn when you were riding? Was it posting walk, 2-point, posting trot?
And 2-point with also bending my knees and pointing down. Because it's hard to point down and keep it.
Yeah, it's tricky, right? It's okay. What's your favorite thing to do when you ride? Absolute favorite thing. Everything you get to do while you sit on a horse, what's your favorite thing?
Sitting trot.
You like the sitting trot? Why do you like it?
Because it goes faster and it's a little hard to do the posting.
Yeah.
And you can just sit back.
Yeah, just sit back and chill? Nice. Oh, I go for a hug.
I was kind of afraid to ask questions, but she's so accepting, and she was very nice and welcoming to the barn, and that helped me open up to her and ask her questions, and it helped me with my riding a lot.
Like, it teaches you patience. You have to be respectful to the animal, and the animal will be respectful back. The vibes you give off yourself, the horse will pick up on and act the same way as you. So let's say you're terrified, the horse is gonna act terrified. It kind of helps me with my nerves and calms me down, because if I'm nervous, then the horse is nervous, and it just helps me relax, knowing that they can sense what I feel, so I have to be relaxed for us to have a good ride.
The biggest concern when it comes to riding, okay, I don't want to fall off, so you try to remind them you're not going to be the first and you're not going to be the last, because you can't learn without falling. And falling is, honestly, it's the best judge. Whether you did something right or something wrong, you're going to fall off. You basically just kind of tweak those little aspects as to how to save yourself and keep the horse under control at the same time. It's really hard to get the geometry down in their head for steering. I ran into that a lot when I was learning how to jump. If your turn isn't right, your line to the fence isn't going to be right, and then your takeoff and your landing, it's just going to be all wrong. And I try to explain it to them as it's like quarters of a football game. Who cares if the first quarter was bad? You've got 3 more to fit. It's just compartmentalizing exactly what they need to do and getting it done then. They're such big creatures that it's very uncomfortable to be on them. So I just take it slow. In the very beginning, you just get comfortable up there, just walk. And then when you're good at the walk, then you move on to the trot. And then when you're perfect and comfortable at the trot, then I pull your saddle away. And then you get to do the walk and the trot all over again. And then you get your saddle back, and then you get to go faster and have more fun that way. So I just try to think of anything that I can do to get whatever they need to do accomplished calmly and comfortably.
When you ride a horse, it's very important to balance. You learn that right off the bat. And it's very good for multitasking because you have to remember elbows back, heels down. You just learn all these things that you have to keep in check.
Sometimes you forget those things, and that's what Brittni's for. She'll teach you, she'll give you critiques, she'll help you fix everything to look your best. With Brittni, she taught us patience, always to be calm and settled with horses. You don't want to give off the crazy vibe, because they are a prey animal, so they do fear everything, and they are going to sense everything. They're going to eyeball everything. They're going to look at everything you see. So then you just have to be calm and just like let your mind know, we got this, we're gonna get through it, and they'll just follow.
When I was 19, I was riding for Christy Curtsey at a show jumping barn. At this point, I was already in college. I had already gone to shows, regional shows, county shows, was getting my ribbons, placing in top 5s. And for one lesson, I think I was already jumping like 2.5, maybe 3 feet at this time. My horse just started stopping at the fence, and I flew over its handlebars. And it was the first time in my life I was ever actually scared to ride. It was approaching the fence and getting him up and over the fence, because this horse was giant. He was 17.2, off the track thoroughbred, and his go-to was charging at the fence and then slamming his brakes. And that one fall just totally caught me off guard, really knocked my confidence, and literally for a month straight, I couldn't even get this horse over ground poles. And I'm struggling and I'm so upset and I'm crying after every lesson, and Christy just kept yelling at me, look up and do it, look up and do it. You have to trust your trainer. They know your abilities. They know that they're not gonna put you in any position that's going to get you hurt. So that kind of had to go on through my head. And then we got over ground poles after like 2 weeks straight of just trying. Did a couple lessons bareback doing ground poles, was feeling better, feeling confident. Then it went up to a foot fence, and after, I think it was like 5 tries in one lesson, I finally got him over it. And it was just that instant, okay, I can do this. All I had to do was just find the confidence inside of myself. Like, it was remembering my integrity in the saddle and just pushing through. My confidence grew over and over and over again. We got up to actually coursing at 4 feet, so that was really fun.
So me and Brittni, we co-own a horse named Rex. He's the one back there. Saying I'm trying to get as many shows as I can with him and get out there and try different things like jumping, dressage, hunt. My goal is just to go to more shows. The more points you get, the bigger shows you can go to, like Oklahoma and all that. And that's what we call nationals.
About a year ago, we found this big box of ribbons, and they're from big shows. One is called Scottsdale, and I kept like a few first place as motivation. That's my goal, to go to something like Scottsdale and bring back a first place prize. Without Brittni, I wouldn't be the rider I am today, like not even close. She's helped me come so far and helped me reach my goals and create new goals.
I want to thank Brittni for being there for me, like when I fall off. She's always there, she's always making sure I'm okay and that I get back on. She's always my motivation, like she always pushes me to do my best. And if anything goes wrong, like even if like it's in the barn or outside barn, she like helps me through it. Like she's someone that is so easy to talk to and get advice from, horse-wise or anything-wise.